Warwick dominated the meta early in 8.5. Though not broken anymore, he's still an excellent carry. If you want to know how to get easy top 4s with Warwick, then this is the video for you. Let's break it down. The early game is simple. You're looking to play Ashe, Yasuo, and Renekton. Combo that with any brawler for 3 laser core plus 2 brawler. The best brawler to play is Blitzcrank for the admin splash in the late game, but anything works right now. Just make sure to hold at least 1 blitz for the late game. At level 5, you want to add in Sivir for sure shot. Ashe can hold carry items, but you'll have to remake her. It's much easier to give Sivir the damage items and move them to Warwick later. In the mid game, there's 2 main focuses, save gold and level up. You want to get to level 8 ASAP, so to do that, make sure you hit your interest. As you level up, you want to add in 2 more brawlers for frontline. You can also add in Neela for 2 duelist over Vi, but either is fine. Just go with whatever units you manage to 2-star. Lee Sin should always be kept in because you'll play hard 2 in the late game. Now for the late game, at level 8, you need to roll down for Warwick 2. If you're lucky, a Syndra 1, Mordekaiser 1, or Janna 1 can all be huge power spikes. But once you hit your carry, you should go to level 9 ASAP. Then look for legendary 2-stars. By this point, you want to fit in every laser core unit you can with admin 2. You can go for admin 4 if the traits are good for Warwick. These traits include gain attack damage, gain attack speed, and gain permanent HP. To fit the last 2 admin units, you should drop Lee Sin and Syndra. You lose Brawler 4 and Syndra, so make sure the admin trait is worth it. If you manage to get a spat or admin augment, then I suggest keeping Lee Sin for Brawler 4. You should be able to compete for first place if you can hit all of your units. Other factors like items, augments, and positioning will be the determining factor for who takes first. So let's go over that now. For damage items, you should start on Ashe or Sivir and swap to Warwick in the late game. Warwick's best items are Runaan's Hurricane, Titan's Resolve, and Edge of Night. You can also substitute Edge of Night for Bloodthirster or QSS, and if you need to, slamming Last Whisper is playable. For tank items, you can keep them on Blitzcrank all game, and you should look to play Ionic Spark with Warmogs and Sunfire Cape. You can also play Dragon's Claw or Bramble depending on enemy comps. Ionic Spark is especially useful because Laser Core does a ton of magic damage. For extra items, you want any carry items for Mordekaiser, like Jeweled Gauntlet, Deathcap, and Shojin are great options. Hand of Justice or Bloodthirster are great to provide healing. Lastly, any extra aura items like Redemption or Locket can provide a lot of value. Now let's talk about augments. Laser Core Heart, while only available on 4.2, provides the highest damage buff you can get with this comp, and it should always be taken. Ancient Archives is another way to achieve Laser Core 6, and it's available on 2.1 and 3.2, but there is a risk. You may not get the Laser Core emblem, so keep a backup in mind just in case. Electro Charge works well with the Brawler trait to provide tons of damage in the early game. Knife's Edge is one of Warwick's best augments, providing your entire frontline with extra damage. Exiles provides a huge durability boost and scales with HP, so it's great with the Brawler trait. It also works well with Yasuo's Spirit of the Exile. Thrill of the Hunt is Warwick's best healing augment. This is because he leaps from target to target when he gets a kill while his spell is active, allowing for multiple chain kills and big burst healing. Another one of Warwick's best options, Scoped Weapons provides a safe space for Warwick to rack up damage without getting hurt. You should always take this when you can. Now let's move on to hero augments. Both of Warwick's choices are S tier. Big Data provides damage, while Well Fed provides HP. Just choose whichever you need at the moment. Both are great. Mordekaiser has one S tier option, and that's Obliterate. It provides a free Mordekaiser, of course, and also shreds 20% armor at the start of the round. If you get this, then you don't really need Last Whisper or Ionic Spark. Now for Blitzcrank, both of his options I would consider S tier. Rocket Grab scales well into the late game, allowing you to pull a carry from the backline, while Dynamic Defenses is great in the early game when you lack frontline. In the A tier, we have Yasuo's Spirit of the Exile. It's a great choice if you need attack speed, as most of your team can benefit from this. Just remember to position correctly. Now the worst option in my opinion is Ashe's Core Focus in the B tier. It's decent in the early game, but falls off really hard in the late game, so if you can snowball, then take it, but if not, I would avoid this. Now let's talk about positioning. Positioning for this comp is simple, but it can be somewhat difficult. Your main goal is to always make sure Warwick is not in front of enemy tanks, and won't be targeted by enemy backline. If you're stuck on a main tank, you won't be able to kill units, and if you get targeted early, Warwick will just die without doing any damage. Assuming you don't have scoped weapons, your goal should be to have Warwick in front of the enemy weakest units. He should be kept on the side with at least 1 unit on the edge next to Warwick. This should keep Warwick from being targeted and allow him to kill 1 unit right away and move on to others. I also like to keep any aura items on a tank next to Warwick. So this could be like Redemption, Protector's Vow, or Locket. That way, Warwick gets as many buffs as possible. This comp requires a ton of scouting because you have to constantly be moving your Warwick around. So continue to flip through enemy boards as you play and try to get the best position you can. This takes some experience, so keep at it and you'll figure it out fast. Did this guide help? Leave a like and comment below how you do with it. Until next time, I'm Swagadelic.